Yo guys, how's it going? We're doing ATCG back at it again with another fire video. Today we're going to be doing a meta discussion with the crew here. We got ALEC GEISSLER, Bryan Hunter, Joe Turrentine, and Paul Throne later. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
All right, I'll start off. What's up, everybody? My name's Alec. I'm first year playing competitively, second year playing top 32 Dallas, top 64 the Open. Hopefully the top 32 or even better at Collinsville. I'm at 257 points right now. Should be more, but misplays happen. So love life.
All right, Bryan, why don't you go next?
I'm Bryan Hunter. I'm part of Team DDG. I'm at like 282 CP right now. And yeah, you guys suck.
Hashtag DDG win.
Joe, why don't you go?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Joe Turrentine, and I'm at 96 points right now. Oops. Misplays happen. All right. So,
No chance.
I made day 2 at Roanoke. Yeah, that's about it. I've been playing around like a year now competitively, so this is oof.
All right, so for Collinsville, the most hyped up deck right now is Zapdos Jirachi because it just won OCIC. So what do you guys have to say about that?
Okay, I guess I'll just start.
Yeah, we can just go the same
I love
order.
starting.
Yeah.
So Zapdos Jirachi, deck's pretty fire, not gonna lie. Like, we've been testing it. It's pretty gas. Like, you just can't, Malamar, you can't lose to Malamar. It's like almost impossible. The only thing you can lose to, like, if you lose to Malamar, the only way you can do it is if you bench more than more than one Jirachi, really. And even then, Absol just puts in so much work if you like kill the guillotine and they can't retreat and stuff like that. Like, they have to promote like a Malamar and have like switch. They played like 3 switch. They might up to 4, so you might be lucky. But they just have to have that switch out and the way to get like all that cycled. It's just really, really hard when you're picking off Malamars. So
Yeah, I agree. The deck has very few auto losses at this point. So Bryan, what do you think?
I mean, the deck is super consistent, and consistency is key.
Yeah, Joe.
I feel like it's very, very strong considering in the format where like there's a lot of 2 prize attackers and the entire deck. There's no way you're able to take 2 prizes. Just the entire deck doesn't run a single 2 prize attacker. It's just very, very difficult. I mean, it runs 1 Coco GX, yeah, my bad. But and that's just to finish off the game. So
I want to add one. Oh, sorry. Were you good?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna add one thing. The one thing I don't like about the deck though right now is that you don't want to, like, people are gonna tech for it but not over tech. But the problem is that, like, if you get Ditto, like if you're playing against a Zoroark deck that gets down Ditto and Grimer, I don't think you can win. Like, every time that I've done it, like, we've just set up games to the point in PTCGO where if we had bad hands, we would just draw pass until we get the scenario. But we would have like Ditto Grimer down, and then they would just like, and then they could kill the Ditto, sure, who cares? But then they just mucklock you, and then you literally couldn't win because they would just kill everything. I mean, that's from my personal experience. I don't know if you guys have different experiences, but I just found that muck is just way too oppressive.
All right, and speaking of Zoroark here, how do you think Zoroark stands in going into Collins? Do you think that the Lycanroc with or without Lucario or any other variant such as ZDT or Zoroark will be viable going into the tournament?
Somebody else can start.
We'll start with Joe.
I feel like the only good variant, I think there's like 1 or 2 variants that would actually be good. ZDT has. It's a couple good matchups, but Zoroark Lycanroc will most likely be one of the larger played decks going into this tournament, considering just the mass scale of how many people just like Zoroark and like the play style, as well as they feel the matchups are going to be widely spread towards their favor, playing the deck in general. I feel like Zoroark is going to be the play for most people. I don't know how much I like the Lucario. It was a good tech, but I feel like it's just now that everybody's seen the tech, it's just not going to work as well. I mean, because if they see a Ryulu pop on the bench, they know that they're just going to have to play more conservative and not go all out with as much. It's not as spicy as it is now.
All right, Bryan, do you have anything to say about that?
Well, I mean, the Lucario actually is pretty good to still have because
Oh yeah.
if you don't have a quick way to deal with that Pika ROM, you're going to get ran over.
Yeah.
Like Rock
and
is not fast enough to deal with that.
do you think that you need to play both Absol and Muck in your list in Zoroark, or just one?
I mean, you're 100% going to be playing Muck. Like, it'd be stupid not to. I think I don't know, absolutely probably still keep regardless.
You'd play Absol and Muck in your list. What about you, Alec?
I don't have Absol in right now, but I think if I were to go into Collinsville trying to round out my matchups and play to win the event, I might play it. I just think that if I'm trying to beat, I think the only reason you need Absol, from my experience, is either Malamar to get the basic retreat, like if they start Jirachi or something, like Jirachi decks, and or Zapdos. So if I'm gonna play anything to beat Zapdos or better out my matchup against Zapdos, I'm gonna play a second Grimer.
All right. So speaking of Zoroark, another very popular deck is Ultra Malamar due to its newly found to be good Sky Scorching Light GX attack, which is really powerful in this format because it can take out one of the popular decks, Lost March, which is actually losing a lot of hype due to Malamar. So what do you have to say about this? We'll start with Brian this time.
I've been playing a couple games with Ultra Necrozma. Deck's like super consistent with the help of Jirachi, and I mean Viridian Forest Stone deck is busted.
So
I don't think it beats Zapdos. No.
Yeah, I don't think it beats Zapdos either, but I actually opt to cut Jirachi in my Ultra Malamar list. What do you think about that?
I mean, you don't necessarily need it, but it's just another super consistent card to have.
All right, Alex, what do you got to say about that?
Yeah, Jirachi's just a flex spot in my opinion. Like you don't need it. You don't need it, but you can have it. It's pretty good. I just don't think Ultra's in the best spot. Like it is, but it isn't. Like Zoroark is still like really oppressive. Like if you put down a GX, they're just gonna dangerous rogue the first GX that they see, and then they're just gonna sweep the board with like Muck Malamars. Like because that Ultra Necrozma was I saw that did well at NA or EUIC or whatever you want to call it. They played Marshadow and like they're cutting some are cutting Dawn Wings too, so literally they can't get the Marshadow Dawn Wings play, which is just way too broke. I don't know why you would ever do that, but I think if you're gonna I don't think Ultra Necrozma is the best. I think you can go into the event playing it and still do okay. I think it'll hit 64, no doubt. Do I think it'll win the event? Absolutely not.
All right, Joe, you have anything to add about Ultra Necrozma?
Yeah, I agree with the whole Jirachi thing. I agree that Jirachi is not the play to run with the deck. I feel it kind of, the only thing it really gets out, I mean, is, you don't run B-String anymore. So it's not like you get B-Strings. You just run Switch and you run the Viridians. So it's good to get those out. And there's like a couple other objects in the deck that you want to get out with Jirachi. But you're going to hit them regardless on your draws anyway. So you'd rather just spend that time getting your board set up anyway. And
yeah, I also think Jirachi is very weak.
It just makes you lose the mirror match.
Yeah, it makes you lose the mirror match. And what do you guys think about adding Coco to your Ultra Malamar deck? Anybody have any input on that?
What do we play? What are you playing for energy?
Just the regular energy counts, but with a Tech Tapu Koko promo for a mirror match.
So what are you cutting is what I'm guessing. I guess is what I'm saying.
Honestly, I think you do cut the Dawn Wings for the Koko.
Then no, I'm not gonna. No, I don't think Malamar Mirror is not gonna be the play for Collinsville. You're not gonna play Malamar Mirror, so no. I'd rather keep a Dawn Wings and solidify a matchup because Dawn Wings Beast String Choice Band or Beast Energy Choice Band can still KO a Zoroark. Sure, you may it can hit 240, which is huge. I'm gonna keep Dawn Wings in that case.
What do you think? All right, so Going into the next archetype, with you guys saying that Ultra Necrozma is going down in popularity, do you think Lost March could see a rise going into the tournament, or do you think it's too weak against Zapdos? What do you have to say?
I don't know. Lost March is definitely. I always felt like it was way too overhyped anyway in the first place. Like everybody thinks it's so good, but yet it literally can't beat Ultra Necrozma, and there will still be people that's going to play Ultra Necrozma. It's just a thing. I mean,
It can beat it, but it's really hard. We've been testing it. Me and Noel in the New York gang have been testing it. It's really hard to beat it, but you can beat it. You have to pull off an exact play every game, and it's really, really hard. But
you
can do it.
You run the Sky Pillar, right?
Yeah, so like what you have to do is you have to Sky Pillar Marshadow them, and the problem is too is that you have to have a clean jump off in the active when it goes into their Sky Scorching Light turn.
Yeah.
So basically, that used to Ultra Necrozma, but in other matchups, it has really big numbers, especially like Zoro, like it has I'd say a pretty favorable matchup there, and
But
and
it just
against
loses to Zapdos.
it is. I don't think it can. It's like a 40-60 matchup, depending on I think who goes first.
It's just another trade fest. That's all it is.
Yeah, I don't think it's that strong of a play going into the event, especially because of the Ultra Necrozma.
I don't think it's the strongest play, but it's definitely like considerable.
Yeah, it's most likely. It's most likely going to be there. I don't know how well it will do, but it's definitely going to be at the event.
Yeah.
So Brian says I'm cutting in and out of what I'm trying to say. Do you hear me now, Brian?
Yeah, there's just a couple things that were in and out when you're asking stuff.
All right. So what do you think about Lost March going to the event?
Again, it got super consistent with like the set with Pokemon communications, and if you play Emolga, but
Oh yeah, Molgo's gas.
Beats like any of the other like single prize attacker decks, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said there. So, based on that, now that Zapdos Shiraki is getting all of the hype, what do you think about the Celebi Venusaur play?
Yikes.
Nobody has
Yeah.
Yeah, the deck's not great.
Deck's not great.
No.
I kind of want to disagree.
I mean, there's potential for the deck, but there's not much. I mean, like, the only kind of great matchup it has is like Zoroark, and Pikarom is like a midway match.
Pikarom is absolutely terrible for it.
Yeah, I think okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I think like I love this deck. So I think with our list that Mr. Broken Tie Guy, shout out to Ty Pelleccio, made it 100-0 Malamar. There's no chance you beat it. They can't win. They can't win. You 100-0 Bucephalon, you can't beat it. The only matchup that we lose with our list is Pikarom. You just can't. You can't beat it. It's like really, really hard. And even if you can beat it, like you just have to hope that they can't play, that they don't have Zapdos, because actually Zapdos is way bigger in the matchup than everybody thought it would be, because they can go like Zapdos Electro Power, and then they just do the Full Blitz or whatever it is. I don't even remember the attack. Sure, that one. And then they just keep cycling between Pikaroms after the confusion crap with Zero Aura and all that. It's really, really hard.
So you think Celebi Venusaur is a really strong play going into the event?
It's not like my I'm not saying that I would take it to the event 100% dead set. Like I'm submitting my list right now for it. I think that it's definitely in my top 5, just because it's like there's no like I hate pretty much a lot of the decks going after OCIC. There's like a lot of my plays just went down the drain because like Malamar was the play, and then it just got bodied. I'm just like, well, great, that's awesome. And now I want to play Lost March, but then Ultra Necrozma can come back, and then that's dead. I want to play Zoroark, but Zoroark's just sometimes like it can just have those dead hands. I'm just like, everything's up in the air. I put Celebi in the top 5 for sure.
What about you, Brian?
Oh, what's the question?
Celebi Venusaur.
No, that deck sucks. I beat it all the time online.
All right, so he says the deck sucks. So we get two people saying the deck sucks, and Alex saying the deck is very good.
They
So
don't have good lists. No leaks.
No, you just kill all you just kill all those shamans and
And they can't do
give
it.
them
Don't bench them. It's not that hard. Don't bench them. Bench
and if
one.
you got Absol, those pants ain't doing shit.
Oh, okay. You're right, guy. I forgot about it. Yeah, Absol is actually kind of hard. Never mind. Okay, never mind. Pass. Pass.
all right. So based on the 15-minute right there, we're gonna move right on to Pikarom. What do you guys think of this deck? Probably the most hyped up deck going into OCIC. It came out as the kind of fringe deck because of Zapdos. So what do you guys have to say about Pikarom? Somebody pick it up, go.
If Zoro Lucario is going to be played as much as I think it is, I'm not playing it.
You would
Simple
not
as that.
play it?
No, Lucario is just way too impressive.
Yeah.
Brian, what do you have to say?
The deck is kind of like a one-trick pony. You hit everything and just try to explode turn one in Marsh Shadow. And
Yeah.
get there.
All right, what about you, Joe?
Yeah, the Pikarom deck is just way too. It's just you either hit it or you don't, and if you
It
don't
feels
hit
like
it, you
Exodia.
lose. But
It feels like
yeah,
a lot like Exodia.
yeah, it's like Exodia, but except for you can't you can recover, but it's a lot harder because Exodia is still a Zoroark deck at core, but Pikarom doesn't have a draw engine, so if you miss your stuff, you just lose. I mean, it's just like they can set up a lot faster.
It honestly, it feels more like the Turbo Rayquaza from Worlds with
Oh,
puzzles.
yeah. That
where
was
you're just
gas.
like, all right, we're gonna get there.
Did we get there? Oh, yeah. Oh, Marshadow? Cool, I won. GG. Scoop. God, that deck was
So
gas.
do you think it is a good play going to the event, or just meh or bad?
Just meh.
Meh,
Just, meh.
meh.
People are
It's
playing
fine.
against it.
Fine play.
It's fine because again, just Marsh Shadow and hope you get there.
I mean, yeah, Marshadow and Prey is like what this format feels like. So, I mean,
Yes, and another deck that you can strap on the helmet for is Blacephalon. So what do you guys have to? What do you guys think of Blacephalon going into this meta? I saw two of them made top 36 at OCIC. Do you think its position is good or bad going into Collinsville?
I'll let Brian Tate start it because he's teammates with freaking Zach Lesage, who I thought was high for playing it. So,
Yeah, he is pretty high for that deck.
yeah, I was going to say, I think he's high. But
I honestly think that like it's not that good of a deck. I played it for Virginia and I hated it. I know it did well, but I hate that deck. It sucks.
dude, I almost sat next to you, dude, and I was at like round 7, and I was like 2-3. I was like, "What's up?"
Yeah, dude. It does not get there. It feels like half the time.
No.
And
Yeah, it's
you can't prey on Marshadow as much against some of the decks you would want to because everything just plays Jirachi.
yeah. No, Jirachi's too good for it.
And so it just feels too slow. You lose to Zapdos, lose to non-GXX. That sucks.
Is the Zapdos matchup even that bad? I haven't even really tested.
I think it's pretty bad, actually.
I mean, having
It's pretty
having to
bad.
discard 3 energies if you don't have the stupid beast energy on there, not fun.
Gas. All right, cool. I'm not
Bad.
touching that deck.
Bad.
Joe, you have anything different to add, or just agree?
Deck's bad, bro.
Deck's bad. Just move on.
I don't want to talk about it. Deck's bad.
Get
Alright.
out of here.
At OCIC, we saw a one-of appearance of just regular Psychic Malamar. Now, I don't think that deck is good at all right now, but what do you guys have to say?
I mean, it does not have as many outs to win matchup as Ultra Necrozma does. It just feels right now as a worse Ultra Necrozma. I mean, it's the main focus. The reason Ultra Necrozma is good was because Lost Mark was so high, and like, Psychic Malamar is like what you consider kind of a safe play in general, but it just doesn't seem anywhere near as good as it used to be.
Did he not play against a Zork and start Gengar Mimikyu? Because I swear that's how I lose all my games. Or just if I play that card, like I just started against Zork, I'm just like, cool, I'll just scoop now.
Well, some text people were talking about for the Psychic Malamar build were, well, obviously we have Chimecho, which has been dominating for a while, but also the Wobbuffet with the ability that blocks Prism Stars. Anybody have any comments on those two cards in the decks?
I really like the Wobbuffet, but
Like the Wobbuffet.
I don't know if it belongs in that deck, but I like the Wobbuffet as a card.
Yeah, Wobbuffet as a card is fine. Like, it's pretty gas. But,
Yeah.
like, nobody was expecting it. I think going into Collinsville, people are going to expect it and may play around it. But, like, if you're playing your own Ditto, I wouldn't play it.
Well, maybe it could be a tech in Zapdos Jirachi to turn that Ditto into a brick and take out the Grimer.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, if you're playing Zapdos Jirachi, you gotta play it. Because you're only playing Cocoa Prism. Even then, you can just do, like, it doesn't, you just put it in the active and then you Cocoa Prism. Like, that one guy, like, who was it? Was it Gustavo or whatever? That play was insane. Guy was big brain.
What do you have to say about the Chimecho or Wobbuffet going into the tournament, Brian?
I like the Chimecho just because, like, if you get behind at the start, like, you just start awkwardly, you can just stall for a while. Against some decks, like the Zork matchup. I think Wobbuffet's cool. It just depends on what decks it in.
All right. What other archetypes are big at this point?
I don't know. I feel like Buzzwoles might be a good shout going into.
Oh yeah, Baby Buzzwole, Weavile, Shrine. What do you guys think about that deck going into the event?
Zapdos does it better.
Yeah, Zapdos does it better, but I feel like Buzzwole GX might be a good call.
But I saw some of the lists actually running Rule of Evil, Weavile. What do you think about that card?
I saw that in Lost March.
Saw that in Lost March.
I guess that's like,
no leaks, bro.
Dude, that deck is gas if we set up. Okay, so I have a list. Baby Buzzweave. I think it's gas if you go. But the problem is now Zapdos just is way too hype. And Buzzwole cannot beat a Zapdos. That is just, no. You just pick up your cards and go. Just go grab lunch.
So, based on everything we're hearing here, Zapdos pretty much just dominates every matchup, except for Celebi Venusaur.
No, Muck. You can't. If I play Zoroark, I refuse to lose to Zapdos. I will literally play 2 Grimer if I have to. I will play 2 Grimer. I will play a division. I'll play division Grimer. So then that way I start it and then I can division for the second one, just so you can't win. Like that's how down I am for not losing to Zapdos.
So what you're saying is you're gonna set up 2 Dittos and a Grimer.
No, you don't need the Ditto. You don't need the Ditto.
Just evolve them into $3 and you're good. Just quad Muck.
Just quad Muck. No, you don't need Ditto like turn 1. Ditto you can just chill. Like Ditto against Zapdos I think is really, really bad actually. It's just a prize. Like I'd rather him kill a Zorua because if you're giving them Ditto, you're giving them literally a free prize. You can stretch your Zoruas back and stuff like that. Like I don't know why everybody's like grabbing like against I think one was that was seniors. That was Zoroark versus Zoro Control. But I was like when he like I was just thinking of a scenario. Like if you're playing Elms, I don't know why you would. I think that's Ball Lily is better. But if you're playing Elm, why are you giving them a free prize if you have Stretcher? Like I don't know. It's just like I don't know why you would ever put Ditto down unless you're guaranteed it stays on the board, which I don't think against Zapdos you can ever guarantee something staying on the board for a turn.
Yeah, I agree with that. Against Zapdos, you really can't guarantee anything on the board, except the Celebi Venusaur. You can guarantee that to stay on the board. But honestly, this meta isn't that diverse right now. You just know that Zapdos is dominant. So
I think the safe play is Zoroark Lycanroc.
The safe play is Zoroark Lycanroc.
Yeah.
What do you think, Brian? The safe play, Zoroark Lycanroc?
Honestly, I think the safe play is Malamar, but I'm not gonna play that.
What about you?
Like, if you want points, I think Malamar's the way to go.
Yeah. What about you, Alec?
I think the best deck that I won't play at this event is definitely Malamar. 100%.
That you definitely won't play. So what do you think is the safe play?
Malamar. It'll get you points. If you're going for points, then yeah, Malamar. You'll hit
Ultra.
64. You'll destroy every helmet. It's fine.
Ultra Necrozma or the normal?
Ultra.
Yeah, maybe Ultra. I don't I don't know how much Lost March there would be. You destroy Zoroark consistently?
No, it's hard. Zoroark's not a great matchup. for Malamar in general. Always, it's never really been.
I'd rather than if you're not destroying Zora consistently, I'd rather probably play straight gas can with the Marshadow because the Marshadow play is just way too bonkers to like even like not consider it. Like you literally just sit there and you take 4 prizes and they're just like, okay, cool, I can't kill this. Or do you take 2 prizes with a GX? They're just like, oh crap, I can't kill this shadow. Okay, cool, Guzma Zoroark. Knockout.
Yeah, I definitely see that as a viable option. So based on all of this meta forecasting that we've done here, what is the best rogue pick in your guys' opinion going into the tournament? Anybody have an answer to this question?
Play Zoro Control.
Zoro Control, yeah.
It did Control.
I like Zoro Control's got a good thing. I mean, Persian's really good.
Yeah.
Persian
is gas, yeah.
I mean, it also got
no leaks
this set, so and communication.
Yeah, it did get communication, and it got that new Lightning Rock GX. How do you feel that does in the deck?
It's pretty good. I mean, did the one guy even did the senior play a fighting energy?
Yeah,
I think
he had rainbows.
Oh, so you can attack with it. That's cool. Yeah, no. If Muck wasn't getting so hyped, I'd play Gramble. But even then, I think I'm trying to build a list to the point where you can try to build or beat Muck. So I'm like messing around with like Trumbeaks, Judge Whistles.
Oh, and Gramble, I've been playing it with Pidgeotto.
Pidgeotto seems pretty alright. I haven't tried it.
It seems pretty good.
I'd drop the deck right now. I don't want to like test decks that I'm not gonna play. But like, if I were to keep testing decks that I weren't gonna play, most likely, unless I made like a god tier list, I'd still consider Gramble. But even then, Muck is just so oppressive. Like I was playing against
Muck,
like I was going.
You just can't beat Muck at all.
Yeah, no. I went into a cup and my opponent was playing Gramble. Shout out to Mike Newey. And I'm like, dude, I literally just lay down Muck and you lose. He's like, nah. I don't lose to Muck. I'm like, all right, bet. I got a double prize penalty because I forgot to write Palpad on my deck list and I still 6-0'd him. Like you literally can't beat Muck. It is impossible.
That was at the Randolph Cup, right?
Yeah, and I should have won, and then I misplayed because I went really greedy because I hate Malamar. It's stupid.
All right, so I think based on all of this, that concludes the meta discussion. And unfortunately, Carl Barone did not feel like showing up for this one.
What a loser, bro. What a loser.
He literally just texted us. He said that he's on.
All right. So you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys.
Whoa. Shout outs.
Yeah, that's true. Shout outs. It's not going to be like Isaiah Williams here. All right.
Okay, I'll start. So first, shout outs to Rudy because Rudy's a homie.
Oh, yeah.
Shout outs to the guys on here. These guys are freaking cool. Shout out to my team, Team NRG, Mid Rage Gaming. I just got on the team before Dallas and freaking did them proud, so that's cool. Shout out to the busty group chat of Arlo Neal, Jake Ewert, all them boys. You guys are my homies. And then shout out to Celios Network and group chat that we have over there. You guys are homies. So yeah.
All right. Brian, you can go next.
Shout out to Team DDG. Hashtag DDG win. Shout out to Carl Barone for not making it.
Weeks.
And
yeah.
Yo.
Shout out to Impulse Gaming, my team. Also, shout out to my Twitch. Go ahead and follow my Twitch. The Voltage TCG.
All right, I'll put the description.
Busted Twitch.
Also, shout out to Rudy. Yeah, just in general. Also,
oh yeah.
Just gonna follow up with shout out to Carl Barone. They're just gonna follow up.
Shout out. Yeah, I'm gonna follow up too. Shout out to Carl Barone, real people's champion right there. And Rudy, don't play Pissimian ever again.
Rudy, if you play Pissimian at this upcoming event, it's all over.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Pissimian. Pissimian's so good. Wait, what? We didn't talk about her. It's fine. Cut it there. No leaks. No.
All right.
No leaks. No leaks.
No leaks.
What a busted vid.